All right, there we go. Got you on camera anyway. Bluegill action. Let's see if I can catch that big one. Not so big. It'd be all right. And it'd be all right. That's him. That's Mr. It'd be all right. Every time you do something shady, he does something shady. It's it'd be all right.
That's it.
I heard that shit. I heard that stuff 1,000 times. It'd be all right.
All right, they don't start growing here. We'll move down a little bit.
Yeah, that's fine. You know, I'm biting. I'm working on it. And I know you and Mr. When's the best time to fish? You used to catch bigger bluegills than this.
Oh, yes.
He was so proud of that one outing. Where'd you guys go when you caught that whole big piece of plywood full of freaking 12-inch bluegills at?
That was on Pine Stone Lake in LaPorte.
All right. Had you guys been going there quite a bit, or was it just like your first trip there?
No, we've been going there quite a bit over the years.
Right.
It was probably one of his first trips with me there, though. And it was all on beds.
So you guys were just using like redworms, bee moths.
Yep. A little bit of a nice fishing jig, tip with the bee moth. They were all, those were mainly all red ears.
Now, was that like probably just a couple hours worth of fishing, or was that you guys go all day and jump from like spot to spot?
Just a few hours of fishing once we found the beds.
So basically, you found the bed, you caught all the fish off the bed and ruined that bed.
Yep.
And then moved on to the next spot and caught all the fish off of that bed and ruined the fishing for the next person, right?
Not quite like that. Most of them just came off of one bed. So we wasn't doing a whole lot of movement once we found them.
Yeah.
And the reason why I found them is because there were cattails sticking up out of the water, and I seen them hit the cattails, move the cattails away.
So they were probably just in a, like, I mean, I know they were on the beds. I'm taking it the beds were probably like 2 feet of water or something.
Yeah. Yeah, they was up close to the bank.
Probably about as fast as you can cast it out and reel it in.
Yeah, as soon as the water hit, the bobber hit the water, that was it. It was down.
Nice. That's the kind of fishing everybody wants. All right, I think we wore this spot out. Let's move on to the next spot. There you go. That's a bluegill.
No, red ear.
Red ear. Now, what was you just telling me about them red ears?
Up north, with the bad issues with all the zebra mussels,
Yeah.
they feed a lot off those zebra mussels, which make them grow pretty fast. So it's not unusual to catch them 11, 12 inches long.
So that's why.
Abundant food supply.
So that's why the lakes that you're fishing, you're catching them great big ones. You're wherever them zebra mussel problems are. That's where you're going to go catch your big red ear.
Yep.
Pretty good info. Here we got a shad problem in this lake apparently.
Oh yeah.
We see shad everywhere. And we did try chasing the shad a little bit and fishing off the shad and throwing different lures and live bait, and to no avail. The only fish we caught was just up against the bank here. But it ain't really been limited to just like fishing the trees. We've caught some, you know, on open bank too. Looks a little better.
Yep. Getting better.
Oh yeah, you can throw that one in. If you're gonna cook some fish, you gotta start throwing some of them in the freaking box over here.
Won't starve.
No, we never did, if you can't tell. I say, whenever you see me and my brothers together, you can tell who got to the dinner table first.
I was never late.
And I didn't leave much most days. There you go. You know that one video where I was cleaning them catfish, and I said about, we're not going to be, cleaning the catfish, clean some bluegill. I said we're not going to be doing any fish salmon. I was talking to him. I was specifically mentioning, Uncle Mike here because, yeah. Although I do remember a day when, probably a little closer to when you were still fishing with Grandpa, that y'all didn't throw nothing back.
Nope. My mom used to say some of them we brought home were so small she had to put a string around her tail. She wouldn't lose them in the frying pan.
I think that's the first time I've ever heard that. That is awesome.
Yeah.
Grandma's even got jokes.
Some lakes just didn't have enough food supply by me.
Yeah.
All of them got stunted.
Kind of funny how all Grandma's jokes were really cutting at somebody pretty deep too.
Yeah. It was the truth.
Oh yeah.
A little better.
Oh yeah, that's what we're looking for. You're catching, you said the nicer ones are pretty much closer to the bank?
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, gotta get right up there on the...
We'll get right up there on the bank.
That's a little bit more. You just gotta be right off where it drop off. It goes from sand to dark water. Right there.
Okay. So that's not right up on the bank. That's a few feet out. And they're doing it like we want them to. They're hitting it fast. Let's get it off your knees there. We'll just put it out in the water. See if we can get some action. Oh yeah, that's action. I mean, they're small. I mean, I think Riley catches them a little bigger than that, but
Flathead bait.
Yes, it is. Actually, we never shied away from using the bigger ones for the flatheads.
Well,
Basically, whatever bluegill we caught, that was flathead bait.
yeah, there's abundance of bluegills out here.
What surprised me was that we caught that big hand-sized bluegill and caught about just under a 2-pound flathead on it.
Yep. Mouths are so big, you can fit them in there.
Yeah. You think you're using that big bait that you're only going to catch big fish, but that's not always the case. You're going to just catch fish. Wear me out here. I lost my bait.
A lot of it.
And now my food's too far away from me. Hell, I think it's taking off on you already.
That's a good one, Jeff.
Oh yeah, it's a rock bass. I think you can eat that.
You can go back and keep eating all this shad.
My one of my cohorts there, Great Dane of the North. I just love that nickname for him. Born and raised in Spencer County, but man, I've never met somebody who's more, northerner than him. He's pretty awesome. Anyway, I shouldn't be complimenting him so much. I have to cut all this shit out. I'll have to cut all this stuff out. He said his last trip up to Michigan was the first time he'd ever caught a rock bass.
Yeah.
Didn't even know what they were, basically. I said, really? He said, where do you, I said, we catch them all the time. He said, where do you catch them? I'm like, in every single lake we fish.
Yeah. We caught them out of the gravel pit, caught them out of Kinksy River a lot.
Yeah, I mean, hell, We caught them at Christeny Lake, at Scales Lake, at Indian Lake. You know, basically every lake we fished. Now I may not remember catching many on the river, but I've caught them out of Kankakee River.
Yeah, I caught a lot of Kankakee River.
Now, just to do a little storytelling while we're fishing, and hopefully we'll catch a few fish. Oh yeah, look at that. Keep you nice and distracted here.
Yep, another small redhead.
One of the favorite stories I remember you telling. Now, I've got 11 uncles and aunts on one side. So there's lots of family there. All ages, right? But in Calumet Township, Griffith, right there in between. Oh, there we go. What was that called? That wasn't Washington Kelly. What was that club called?
Isaac Walton?
Isaac Walton. They had a few of them up there, right?
Yep. Well, yeah, there's 2 of them.
Right there on Main Street. They had like their own little lake back there. Probably had a shooting range too, didn't they? Something like that.
Yep. They had shooting range. They had a big old sand hill that they put up so they can fire into it.
Cool. And basically, you kind of had to know somebody. Did you not make it?
No, I didn't.
All right.
Yep, you had to know somebody to become a member.
Well,
we didn't know at the time.
You were supposed to know somebody to become a member.
Yep.
This was the thing, you know, and it was just assumed you were supposed to know somebody. But you know, like I was saying earlier, the king of I to be all right.
And it was.
Discussed it. Got him and his brother Kenny, my uncle Kenny, and what'd you guys do? You wanted to join Isaac Walton?
Yep. So we had to go to the meeting. So when you get to the meeting, you had to nominate. Somebody had to be a member to nominate, which we didn't know that. We just heard that somebody had to speak out for you. So I told my brother Kenny, and I was only 15, 16 at the time. I said, when they mention your name, I'll nominate you. And when they mention my name, you nominate me. And it worked. We became members.
Yeah.
Later, they told us it wasn't supposed to be that way. Somebody that was actually a member is supposed to nominate you.
I just see it now. Does anybody here want to nominate any new members? I nominate Kenny Roan.
Yeah, and it worked.
Anybody else? I nominate Mike Roan. And they're probably sitting there looking at these crazy ass.
They had no idea until they looked to see who nominated who, and then they seen neither one of us members. And then they knew what had happened.
They still took your money though, didn't they?
They took our money. But for the most part, we always fished it for free anyways. It came in the back way.
Yeah. I think in the end, you said it really wasn't worth the...
Nah. There's fish there, but it wasn't all that.
Yeah. There's a lot of lakes. But, you know...
It's just a club.
I always just thought that was hilarious. I could just see that. Another little one.
Yeah, I'm going to assume they stocked this lake with red ears.
Yeah, it's, you know, it's managed by the state. You know, it's part of the DNR managed part of it. I know they put muskies in here. I would assume they put catfish in here. They have that 18-inch size limit on bass. Now, I don't know how all the shad got in here, if that was just like part of that cross-contamination with the boats, or if part of the management, maybe they put them in here, but I wonder about that.
I don't know how. There's a lot in here. Usually, if you got a lot of shiners and golden roaches and that in your lakes, usually some people dumping their middles in when they're done fishing.
Yeah. Well, we got a little turtle following us. There you go. Yeah, we can keep moving. I put a little bow in your line there, didn't it? Drop that down right in front of right here. That'll look good on camera.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Show that one right in front of here, Mike. There we go.
Almost a hand size.
There we go. I got one.